What's up, guys? I'm here at the Hiei Shrine in Japan, and today we're going to be talking about 3 misconceptions about remote work. So let's just dive right into this. Number one, you will sometimes get backlash from people who will say, on occasion, not often, but they will say, must be nice to be rich, or must be nice to be lucky. And that is just something that isn't true, but you'll have to deal with on occasion, because people just assume that you didn't put any work, they don't understand the sacrifices or the struggles that need to be made to make this happen, and the work you put in to get a job that allows you to travel and work remote. So for these people, I just try to not respond to them, and it's kind of very low level thinking. But oftentimes, to accomplish this remote travel, you often have to have certain things that you're committed to. For example, I know plenty of people who could work remote, but because they have, I call them excuses, but reasons like, oh, I just bought a house, oh, I have pets, oh, I would, but I like the city I grew up in. They just end up working remote from the place they already live and not really traveling at all. So there's a lot of things that if you really want this to happen, you have to commit to. Number two, the life is not as glamorous as it seems. Some people assume, oh, it's just fun and travel and life is easy for you. But usually you have to put in a 40-hour work week, and arguably you have to put in at least 40 hours for work plus 5 to 10 hours of, I call it travel logistics, booking stays, finding a good place to work that's peaceful and quiet, all these other things, juggling luggage, trains, being in a new country where you're not familiar with the language or the logistics of getting from place to place. So there's all this other stuff you need to juggle to make sure your house is in order, to make sure that your work doesn't falter. So there's also all this stuff that comes behind the scenes. And then the third and final misconception about travel is that it's always going to be something that's fun, happy, enjoyable, when in reality sometimes it can have some side effects. You can get very lonely, especially if you're a solo traveler, constantly going to new places and never forming strong relationships or friendships because you're constantly moving, which is why a lot of travelers who are nomadic end up getting burnt out and choosing to settle down in a major home hub, whether that be Bali or somewhere in the States or wherever you're from, where you live for a good portion of the year. You make those strong friendships, and then you travel the rest of the year. Studies have shown that loneliness can be a worse effect than smoking cigarettes on one's health and happiness. So there's a lot of different considerations, but with all that being said, hey, I am very grateful for it, and I still wouldn't take it back, because at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, what do people want to do most? And the answer is travel. You ask women, you ask men, you ask anyone, if they didn't have to work, what's the first thing they would do? Often it is travel. So if you want to get more tips or advice on how you can get a job as a digital marketer or marketing analyst to be able to travel like I do, reach out to me. I offer paid coaching services. And if you're not at that level yet, join my free email newsletter. Link is down in the description, where I give free coaching calls and insider tips on how you can do the same.